Hello students, welcome to the online class session of accountancy. In this online class session of accountancy, I will explain you the topic bills sent for collection with the help of numerical question given in NCERT, that is question number 4. Though till now in the previous online class sessions I have explained you some very important terms related to bills of exchange. Out of those topics, bills sent for collection was one of the topic. I explained to you the meaning of bills sent for collection and the journal entry, the basic journal entry to be passed in case of bills sent for collection. Okay. Better it will be just you go through the previous online class session videos related to the topic bills sent for collection explanation. Okay. Now here is question number 4th of NCERT. Just have a look over the question 4th of NCERT. On Feb 1st, 2016, John purchased goods for rupees 15,000 from Jimmy. Here the purchaser, or say the customer, say the drawee, is John. John is the purchaser of the goods, he is the drawee. He is the customer who purchased goods for rupees 15,000 from Jimmy. Jimmy is the seller, also known as drawer. Okay. Now, whenever goods are purchased on credit basis, or say goods are sold by the seller on credit, then the basic journal entry following the rules of debit and credit in the books of seller will be debtor debit to sales. So here, if we passes the journal entry in the books of seller, that is Jimmy, then the very first journal entry for the transaction happened on Feb 1st, 2016 will be debtor, that is John, debit to sales. See the journal entry, the very first journal entry to be passed. John debit to sales. John is the debtor. Debtor is placed on the debit side. Okay. Already I explained you why debtor is debited and sales is credited. Okay. Debtor is debited because debtor is a person from whom the goods payment is to be received in the near future. So debtor is an asset, as well as sales indicating the decrease in the assets is to be shown on the credit side. One asset is increasing will be shown on the debit side by the name of John, the debtor, and another asset is decreasing will be shown on the credit side by the name of sales, right, according to the rules of debit and credit. And so is done here. The same thing is done here by passing the journal entry. Now further reading out the question. He immediately made a payment of rupees 5,000 by check. You can take a screenshot of the question, okay, if you are not having the book. He immediately made a payment of rupees 5,000 by check. Okay. Means Jimmy received the payment. Okay. When Jimmy will receive the payment, then in such a case, the bank account will be debited because he is receiving the payment through check. from John. John, the debtor, will decrease by the given amount, that is 5,000. Okay, one asset is increasing by the name of bank and another asset is decreasing by the name of John, the debtor. Following the rules of debit and credit, bank will be debited and John will be credited. Okay, 5,000 rupees. While passing the journal entry, you should just keep all the rules and all the rules of debit and credit, which I have explained you while the chapter journal entries was going on. Okay, keep the rules in front, and then you will be able to pass the journal entries in very easiest way. Okay, you will not feel any problem, any difficulty in passing the journal entry. Okay, now further reading out the question. And for the balance, how much will be left? 15,000 minus 5,000, 10,000 rupees. Accepted the bill of exchange drawn on him by Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy drew bill on John. Okay, after the acceptance of bill, John the debtor place will be occupied by bill receivable. Bill receivable, another asset for drawer Jimmy, because now the bills payment will be received by Jimmy on the basis of bill receivable only. Okay, so here the asset bill receivable is increasing, will be shown on the debit side, and its place as have been occupied by as the place of John is occupied by bill receivable, so the John, that is the debtor, will decrease in debtor as per the rules of debit and credit is shown on the credit side, and hence I have shown here John on the credit side. The journal entry to be passed is bill receivable account debit to John. Okay, whatever we have done while passing the journal entry, whatever I have explained, I have written within the bracket. Bill acceptance received from John for 40 days. It is mentioned in the question that the bill is to be paid by John after 40 days tenure. Okay, just what you need to do here is just count 40 days after Feb 1st. Okay, after Feb 1st you need to count 40 days plus 3 days of grace. Okay, right? So we are going to count 40 days. Feb 1st to till March 1st, there are okay, there will be 40 days. Okay, if we count 40 days after Feb 1st, we know Feb is the month. Okay, and in this month there will be 28 days. Okay, after 28 days we have counted 12 days of March. 28 plus 12 days, we will get 40 days. Okay, so the due date of bill receivable is March 12, and as already we know, we need to calculate date of maturity, and in order to calculate date of maturity we add 3 days more to the due date of bill receivable, and hence we are counting 3 more days. Okay, we are adding 3 more days on the due date, that is March 12 plus 3 days of grace. So the DOM, date of maturity, we will be getting is March 15. This is the date of maturity of the bill receivable, on which date we will be receiving the payment from John. Okay. Now, what is written in the question? Let us see. Five days before the maturity of the bill. Okay, just we have to go 5 days back from the DOM. DOM means date of maturity, just calculated by us March 15. Go 5 days back. That will be March 10. Jimmy sent the same to his bank for collection. Okay, the same bill, due to lack of time, was sent by Jimmy to bank for collection purpose. Okay, so this bill was sent to bank for collection purpose by Jimmy because of lack of time. The journal entry I already explained you. I already told you in the previous online class session, to be passed in such a cases, bill sent for collection account debit to bill receivable account. Okay, bill sent for collection is indicating the bank who will be debtor at the present stage for Jimmy. Okay, so debtor whenever increases will be shown on the debit side. Bill sent for collection account debit to bill receivable. Bill receivable is outgoing or is handed over by Jimmy to bank, and that's why decrease in bill receivable or asset is shown on the credit side, and hence I have shown bill receivable on the credit side. So the journal entry to be passed is bill sent for collection account debit to bill receivable account. Now on March 15, that is date of maturity, what will happen? The bill's payment will be received by Jimmy, okay, from the bank side. So a check will be receipt of check will be debited as increase in an asset of Jimmy, and the debtor bank indicated by the term bill sent for collection will decrease, and hence it will be shown on the credit side. The journal entry finally will be bank account debit to bill sent for collection. This is the final journal entry to be passed. Okay, and this is the solution of the question number 4 of NCERT. Just have a look again over the question. Okay, take the screenshot. Okay, take the screenshot of this portion also and clear it up, and try to solve other questions, illustrations based on the same topic and the previous topics I explained you. Okay, that's all for today. A YouTube video link will be provided, will be shared by me on your WhatsApp, on your class WhatsApp group. Repeatedly you watch the video and try to get the explanation. If unable to get the explanation, you can just share your problems on my personal WhatsApp number. Your problems will be solved. Till then, have a nice day.